Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your raw, unfiltered sources and, well, extract the essential nuggets of knowledge and insight. Today we're dissecting a truly intense document. It's excerpts from a YouTube video transcript titled Tiger Tales, a long and winding conversation between Jeff and Lauren Lowe. Yeah, this isn't your average chat. This is raw, it's emotional, and honestly at times pretty unsettling. An argument unfolding in real time. Our mission today is really to confront a chilling question. How does a relationship even get to this point? Become a battleground where, consent, agency, safety, they just dissolve. We'll try to unpack the dynamics, the communication breakdowns, and maybe the underlying tensions fueling such an explosive conversation.
It's really striking, isn't it, how quickly a disagreement can just spiral when the core issues aren't addressed. And you see how personal histories get tangled up with the immediate conflict, basically weaponizing the past.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start at the beginning. It's chaos, really. The transcript opens with Lauren asking, where did my drunken husband go? And there are mentions of a vehicle being hit. Despite maybe an initial concern for safety, someone says, I just want to be sure y'all are okay. The tension is there immediately.
Right.
Lauren clearly wants to go home. She mentions their daughter specifically.
But that shift is so fast, so jarring, a safety concern just ignored. And Jeff pivots instantly, doesn't he? It reveals this immediate frustration. Lauren isn't in the mood to fuck. That tells you so much right there about the imbalance, where safety just gets pushed aside for, well, his desires.
Absolutely. And from that chaos, it just crystallizes around this really troubling core conflict. These completely different sexual expectations. Jeff's demands aren't subtle. They're explicit. He references past partner swapping, lines like, fuck Josh, and you gotta fuck Kate. Names like Tyson, Ricky, they're all thrown in there. And then he insists, quite chillingly, Lauren should be the slut for me when it makes me feel good.
It's a really disturbing pattern of sexual entitlement right away. It's not just about desire. It feels like an assertion of ownership.
Yeah.
And Lauren, on the other hand, she repeatedly says she's not interested. I'm not in the mood. I don't want to.
She keeps saying, why can't it not be my choice?
Right. Emphasizing her bodily autonomy. It should be my choice. It's my body.
Yeah.
It's just this fundamental clash over agency, within the relationship itself.
And then layer on top of that, it becomes really clear very quickly that substances are playing a huge role, escalating things. Both of them explicitly mention being on ecstasy and a lot of coke.
Yeah.
At one point, Jeff even tries to hand her a third ecstasy pill.
Wow.
And Lauren later brings up meth bombs, claiming they didn't do this or didn't do shit for me.
So the presence of these substances, it just amplifies everything critically. It must blur the lines of consent, of willingness, makes it incredibly hard to tell what's genuine desire and what's, drug-induced states or aggression.
Exactly. It adds this whole other layer of awful complexity.
Yeah.
And as you dig deeper into the transcript, the argument gets just loaded with accusations. Infidelity, past and present. Jeff is relentless about Lauren's past. He explicitly names Zach, asks, did you fuck Zach? He accuses her of having fucked Vincent for $200. And the insults are just brutal, calling her the biggest slut in the fucking state of South Carolina.
It makes you ask, how do these unresolved issues, these perceived betrayals, just get weaponized like that in the middle of a fight? You see it so clearly here. And Lauren, while she denies some things, like finishing with Zach, she throws accusations back at Jeff, too.
Yeah, she asked, why is it okay to cheat on me? Mentions Carissa and Cassie, implying he cheated on his first wife.
It's just this vicious cycle of blame, isn't it? There's no way to resolve anything when that's happening.
None at all. And throughout this incredibly heated exchange, Lauren does try, repeatedly, to bring up their daughter, maybe to de-escalate. She says things like, our daughter needs that. Let's get home to our daughter. I want to be home with my daughter.
And it's so striking how the child, who you'd think would be a point of unity, just becomes another battleground.
Yeah.
Jeff's response is just completely dismissive, says their daughter is no different from his other kids, tells Lauren, you go fucking anybody you want, shut the fuck up, so our daughter's no different. It's wow.
It reveals such a profound difference in their values, their priorities, especially under that kind of extreme stress. The child's well-being just seems irrelevant in that moment.
Totally disregarded.
And from there, it just devolves rapidly into intense verbal abuse. The transcript is just filled with vicious name-calling.
Right.
From both of them. You're dick, fucked up slut, whore, cunt, liar, stupid bitch, child, idiot. just constantly.
It shows a complete, utter breakdown of respect.
Absolutely.
And it goes beyond words, too, doesn't it? The transcript suggests it becomes physical.
Yeah, there's physical intimidation. Jeff repeatedly saying, "Stop pulling my hair." Lauren trying to get out of the car. Mentions of dangerous driving, too.
Right, she's worried about speeding, about him stopping and going in the middle of the fucking road.
It's terrifying. It highlights that escalation when communication just completely fails.
Yeah, shifts from verbal sparring right into, well, danger.
And at its core, when you really unpack this, it reveals this profound power struggle. Jeff repeatedly tries to assert control over Lauren's body, her choices. He actually says, "I think you should do anything that I ask you to do because it pleases me."
Wow.
He frames her autonomy, her wanting to choose, as being a slut that picks and chooses what you want instead of what I want.
It forces you to think, you know, in any relationship, where does individual agency end and maybe shared desire begin? Especially when one partner feels entitled to dictate the other's body, their actions.
And uses the past to justify it.
Exactly, like Jeff does. And Lauren, you know, she does resist. She declares, "You don't fucking own me."
Right. She says, "I don't want to be that whore you want me to be."
It's this desperate fight for self-determination, really, amidst all the chaos.
So this deep dive into Tiger Tales is just a visceral look at a relationship in extreme distress, fueled by, well, everything we've talked about. Mismatched desires, unresolved history, substances, and just a complete breakdown of healthy communication.
What's really illuminating, I think, is just the sheer endurance of the conflict when neither person can effectively communicate their needs or set boundaries or even genuinely acknowledge the other's perspective. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It just highlights the devastating impact when an argument isn't about understanding anymore. It's just a battle for control. It reveals this destructive loop that traps them both.
So thinking about this, what does it all mean for you, the listener? When you encounter intense conflict, maybe personally, maybe just observing it, what are those signs? The subtle ones or maybe the not so subtle ones that suggest there's a deeper unresolved history playing out?
Yeah, how does a simple no escalate like this into such a fundamental breakdown?
Right? And what happens when the very idea of choice, even basic safety, is challenged and just eroded? Lots to think about there. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, keep digging, keep learning, and keep asking those important questions.